Shalom, Israel. Shalom, Bashim, Yahushua, Baruch to all the brothers out there. Shalom, Yahweh Shamar, found Bashim, shout to all the sisters out of this Isupk Louisiana. Shreveport, coming out of West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Junior Hunter. If it's not coming from Isupk under Commander Junior Hunter, you are not in the truth. And our job is to educate blacks, Hispanics, Latino, and First Nation people indigenous to this land about their true heritage. That's with the law, statutes, commandment, which is found inside the Holy Bible. King James verse 16:11. It's lucky if you can't hear me put if you can hear me put a one in the chat. And like I said, our job is to educate our brothers and sisters. We are all just like just like we have had like tribal Judah, the blacks. We have it hard. So do our brother Isupk. So do our brother Ephraim. So do our Benjamite brothers. Everybody have it hard, especially, when it come down to these holidays, it's like, today, like some people capping off or just get started, with their Valentine's Day. I'm glad, I ain't got to be involved in that anymore. I'm glad I was taught about, and then it didn't mean nothing anyway when I was doing it because, you found yourself really in a competition with another man. Because the woman you had another man giving her stuff too, so you're in competition with him, or you're in competition with her girlfriend, her man makes such amount of money, and you don't make that type of money, so she able to get maybe you probably gifted her a car, and then your woman feeling some kind of way because she ain't get that or get a ticket, her and her friends to go to the islands, like the Virgin Islands or the Isle of St. Croix, all the same times one of them take a cruise and stuff. No, you ain't able to do all that. Oh, you looked at like you was old buster, so he ain't care nothing about you, ready to place you. That's why, Jeremiah 10 and 2 is just a paraphrase it, learn not the way of the heathens and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven because the way of the heathens are vain, you know. And then gentlemen went over good last night about what Valentine's Day come from. It's almost like Saturnalia, just all the same thing. They go around, dress up in goat skins, cut off the skin of a dog or a goat, and have the women lined up and whipping them. I mean, ain't that just a disgusting holiday? And doesn't that make you not want to celebrate the holiday, knowing the origins of it? But you got people out there, want to celebrate those holidays because like I said, we was off in slavery. Our whole history was taken from us. We know what our forefathers did. Only thing we know is what the oppressor taught us is slavery. That's all we do. And just like that's why I thank the Most High for the Isupk and all that He has blessed me with since being the Isupk. Without the Most High, it is nothing. Always remember that without the Most High, it is nothing. He's the one. He is the ultimate judge. He's the ultimate judge. He's the ultimate teacher. He's the teacher. He's the leader. He's your leader. When it comes down to everything, just like the higher, he's the man. Then Yahweh Shai, and then the Most High. That's how it is. That's how this. That's without the Most High. It's nothing. I should be nothing without the Most High. We'll just be another group. So that's why the Most High is off in the Isupk, and then we got these other offshoot group. Like I'll never forget. I didn't even when I first found out the Isupk, I ain't know nothing about these other groups until after I started watching videos and start seeing other groups pop up. AOC. And yeah, the GOCC. That was like years ago. It was just just a couple. Then you had other people who thought they was Israelite, took on his Hebrew Israelite name, and it used to be a man and his wife, and they teaching, scriptures and stuff, which was, contrary to the Bible, because a woman is not allowed to teach. They're allowed to converse with other women, but they ain't supposed to teach no man, you know. But for all of y'all, didn't have to celebrate Valentine's Day. You just one step closer. They ain't got to celebrate none of these holidays. You're able to get your kids out of it. If your kids willing to follow, because kids, it's kind of different now raising kids, because kids have more rights now. Kids have the right to divorce their parents if they want to now. That was unheard of. My time that was unheard of. There's divorce, all right. Get that belt on you. That's the only divorce you was getting. That's it. So now they got laws protecting against corporal punishment. And back in my day, corporal punishment ruled the world. And then, like I said, I used to say, take a village to raise a child. You got your butt whooped by the whole neighborhood. You could, you had to watch your toes watch yourself all the time. Because let's say you do something and your mama and neighbor see it, she gonna whoop you. Then tell your mama, and then you get home, you getting another whoop. You couldn't do nothing back then. Some of it was hard head, but you had the mind to listen to your parents. You kind of did what you're supposed to do. You messed up sometime, but you didn't get too far out there. But then with some people, they don't care how much you beat them, they still gonna do what they want to do. But with today's class, I want to talk on the 7 deadly sins. Pride. And that's and the Most High hates pride. Can't be all puffed up like you know everything. Nobody can't talk to you. Can't tell you nothing. You can't learn nothing new. Can't be humble. The Most High hates that. Just like just like the 7 deadly sins. What? Lust, vanity, gluttony, pride, lust, sloth, greed, envy. Most High hate everything. It's like gluttony. You think gluttony like you thinking like somebody that like to eat all the time. Eat food all the time. Now, that's somebody that can never have enough for anything. Can't have enough money. Can't have enough. Can't have enough wealth. Can't have enough power. Ain't nothing satisfies him because he's so greedy. You got to have everything. Greed, one of the 7 deadly sins. But we're gonna talk on pride. We can go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 12. It's I never really I remember they had a movie out a long time ago. 7, and it was this killer. He was killing people based on the 7 deadly sins. He like, in other words, he got this he found a woman that was lustful. He killed her. That was one of the 7 deadly sins. He found a fat man, fed him till he basically died from eating. So that was glut. And then in the very end of the movie, he killed himself. He had somebody else he made this cop kill him for killing his wife, because he was envy. He was the last deadly sin that he had to kill, so he made the cop kill himself, and the cop ended up going to jail in the movie. It's and that's what that's what we're gonna talk about. One of the deadly sins. You don't want to be prideful. You want to it's a different from being prideful and taking pride. It's just like let's take brothers off in the school. You got brothers that make garments, make jewelry, make shirts. They take pride in their work because it be so good. So there ain't nothing wrong with taking pride in your work. You're supposed to, because you want the best product there is. But if you want to make money from it, you can't. You have a business. You want to take, you take pride in your work, and there's nothing absolutely wrong with that. Taking pride in work, but being a prideful person, thinking you know it all, Nobody can't tell you nothing. That's that's what the Most High hates, because he just like just like anything else, pride, is very dangerous. Just from to go into the scripture, Ecclesiastes 10 verse 12. The begin, the beginning of pride is when one departed from God, and his heart is turned away from his Maker. Now you see why the Most High hated so much. You know, he said, when you departed from Him, and you turned away from Him, don't you know? The Most High is a jealous guy. The Most High, just like Ezra 15:3, said, God, the Lord is a man of war. You know, so he let you know what He hates, for you don't do it, or He won't bring down His judgment on you. That's what He tell you. That, Most High did not everybody try to say, like when you was off in the world, or in Christianity and stuff like that. They try to make like the Most High was so mysterious, and when He put everything that He didn't like right in the Bible, He put everything He didn't like off in the Bible, for you to follow them. But you got your Christian preachers like, no, it didn't mean that. If if you do make a mistake, He gonna forgive you. Yeah, if you make one mistake, you supposed to pick yourself up. I ain't doing that no more. I'm not doing that no more. And start following. No, then I taught that in Christianity. You keep making. You can live any type of way you want to. That God still loves you. Long as long as you keep pastor pockets greased. Load him up with money. He gonna tell you. He gonna tell you and tell you what you want to hear. You can be a you can be a harlot or a homemonger, and the Most High still loves you, just like that movie, the Fighting Temptations, when they at the end they sung that song, I may not be good enough, but He still loves me. So, hey, you gotta be that's a lie right there. Hey, you gotta be good enough. You gotta follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. Or He's we are not love you. So so that's like that. They always put songs. Like I said, that'd be like voodoo or Christianity. Those songs they sing songs that fit your life. You ain't doing right, but God still loves you. No, God wants you to follow His laws, statutes, and commandments. He wants you to love your brother or your sister, as yourself. And they can't even follow those two laws. They can't love the Most High, but it's all your heart, mind, and soul, and love your brother or sister, as you love yourself. They can't even do those two things because of what? So a lot of them have too much pride to do so. Well, I don't like, they don't like somebody just because, not because that person did something to them. It just, the pride that person has off in themselves. They'll choose not to like a person or treat a person, in a way, just like, you can't be this way with this person, you know. Everybody else, you want to be humble with, but yet you get somewhere else, you're a whole different person, you know. You don't want to be like that, And then like a lot of, just like all brothers that are dying because of pride. Oh man, that dude tried my gangster, man. So I had to do it. Either he done got killed, or the state that pretty much the end of his life, giving him life by parole, or to make him do 50, 40, 50 years. He don't missed all his 20s, all his 30s, and something. Get out of jail. Well, he's 40 years old. He probably go in at 19. He don't miss all the good part of it. The fun part of life, being in your 20s and 30s. Now, you coming out, you almost middle age. You get to live some of your life, but you don't miss the best part of it. You don't miss all your 20s. You don't miss the part of you making mistakes, learning better, going through the thing. Then in your 30s when you started, where you're supposed to you get mature and everything, you missed all that. For what? For pride. You want to be a street captain. You want to be a gangster. All because of pride, we a lot of brothers done lost their freedom and their lives, all because of pride, you know. And I'm just glad I was never a prideful person. I always, was taught to be humble. You know, I'll never forget when I first got in contact with the class. The first thing I ever heard when I got in class was, shut your mouth. You don't know nothing. You know, don't come in here telling me, what you know. You don't know nothing. All I did was shut my mouth and sat back and listen. Got an order, did that. But nothing but a young man, wasn't a young man, but and when you come to the truth, you are a young man, that's how you first start out as a young man. Everybody did. Didn't nobody, about one or two people ever jump rank, but everybody else, you start off a young man, trooper, officer, that's how everybody start off, but you don't want to be full of pride, because that'll take you away from the Most High God. That would take you away, and then if you prideful, the Most High hates you. Like you said, they say the Most High, don't hate nothing, and the Most High tell you, hey, that's a lie. I hate. Oh, I hate. If we go to verse 13, for pride is the beginning of sin. What I'm saying? Pride is the beginning of sin. Now ask yourself, do the Most High like sin? No, he does not. No, he don't. And he that hath it shall pour out abomination. So you have sin, he's exactly right. You have sin, you're gonna pour out abomination. Because you're gonna do everything, if you sinful, you're gonna do everything that come to your mind. Your mind is hard. They're going to do everything that come to your mind. And therefore, the Lord brought upon them strange calamity. That's what the Lord punish you, bring everything, sick. Just like, what we got COVID that ain't disappeared in years. I ain't never seen nothing like that. You the ones know, that's why we are the last day. Coming if anything came out, they really got it rid of it within a month or two. But this is why this is sent for God, because they ain't got no answer for it. And now we got the U.S. under attack by they sending all these balloons over, the surveillance balloons over here, and now they trying to downplay it like it ain't come from China and all that. They know where it's coming from. If it ain't come from China, it came from one of these other countries. They know exactly where it came from. You think anything gonna come over here? They ain't gonna know where it came from. They track that thing all the way. They got bases all over the world. They track that thing from the time it left to the time it came over here. They know exactly where it came from. But in their pride, they finna play it off and have us, and fool the American people about what about what they what's going on. Don't listen to them. No better. These are coming from the Lord. These are coming from the Lord. He'll like you said, he gonna visit upon you. And therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly. And that's what he did. Everybody, just think of all the people that died of COVID-19. And just think, people have too much pride, they don't want to follow the dietary law. I can eat what I want to, and hey, I'm gonna pray over it, and this is gonna be all right. Yeah, that's what the Chinese thought when they ate that pangolin and got out and then back, and now they got COVID-19. They country pretty much, they stay under quarantine. They probably don't loosen up now, but they'll be back under quarantine pretty soon. Because that's where it came from, and then everybody travel all over the world and they spread it all over. Just like we having Louisiana, we got Mardi Gras coming. Just think everybody from all over the world coming to Mardi Gras. So we could probably have another outbreak just like we had last year and the year before last. We'll have another outbreak. And then we're gonna go to verse 14. Verse 18. Skip down to 18. Pride was not made for me. nor finger anger for them that are born of a woman. See, pride wasn't made with like when he made when he had Adam and Eve in the garden, he gave them everything. When he told them you could do all, you can eat from, you can do anything you want, you know, you can have fellowship with your brothers and all that. But for the far as the mother nation, you stay away from them. Eve didn't want to listen. Just tell the truth about the story. I know some of you had the idea, was taught that it was a tree in the garden. And he told them not to eat from it. No, no, we this, you know that's what that's Christian belief, and they very prideful on what they teach, you know. So they teach it was a fruit, and they don't teach it about, God, that Adam and Eve was they teach that Adam and Eve was the first man and woman. He brought the birth of life. He blow life off into Adam. Adam was already alive. He blowed blowed the life into it was his law, statutes, and commandments. That's what he did. But you'll get some shuck and jive preacher up there talk about, won't tell that. They act like they was the first two on this world, but Eve was the you know, only woman. And that's why women have all the problems. And Eve was not the only woman. There's other women here too. You know, there was other women here on the earth. He just chose them. That was his own pick to start off with mankind with his law, statutes, and commandments. You know, he was, and we go to verse 19. They that fear the Lord are sure seed. So you fear the Most High, you are sure seed. You good because you fear the Most High. That's the beginning of wisdom. You know? He said, "They that love Him an honorable plant. They that regard not the law are a dishonorable seed." So they tell you right there. Those ones that want to follow the law, statutes, commandments are dishonorable seed unto the Most High. You think the Most High could let them sit uh, up in these churches, up in these synagogues and all that, and not follow these law, statutes, commandments, and not love their brother as they love themselves, and their sister as they love themselves, and get away with it? No, you're wrong. Like I said, they are, yeah, they full of pride. They all puffed up, probably know what bishop such and such, rabbi such and such, and just don't know that ain't gonna make it. And this is a crazy thing about it. Our people have converted to their religion instead of want to come into the Isupk and they're like look at all their brothers and sisters like, and then they don't want to accept. It's like crazy thing about it. You ever watch, ever get to listen to Clubhouse, how they don't accept, you know, our brothers, the so-called Mexicans, the so-called Puerto Ricans, they don't accept them. They don't accept them at all. What I'm trying to figure out. I know they go through just like you watch them coming over there border and stuff, how they get beat and sent back, get their food took away from them and everything, their water and stuff. Then they got another, probably about 50, 100 miles to go back across the border in the hot sun, that'd be complete desert going across in Mexico into Texas or California or Arizona. You know, that's a treacherous trip there. But but they have no love for the 12 tribes. They have no love at all. And then it's like about you got other like let's say Kimmy. They all for Africa. And they get mad at the Isupk because we have nothing to do with those Hamites, but they hate us. You know, and this thing about it, why is you? This is what I can't get. Why is you worship? You know, going into a belief system of a people who do not even like you. We have Hamites, or basically just saying Africans ever liked the black man. We cop we copped out of them, a copper. They'll tell you in a minute. We're not the same people. I ain't never been no slave. You was a slave. I ain't never picked no cotton. You pick cotton. You're a cotton picker. You know, they have no love for us. You know, so I'm trying to figure out why is they all of a sudden want to study Egyptian lore when they was the slaves in Egypt. You know, Egypt was northern Africa. No, Africa is not not a country. It's a continent. You know, it's one big continent. You know, where everybody has their own dialect. You know, everybody don't speak the same language off in Africa. I know you probably thought no, they can be in one country in Africa and they can be 15 to 16 different languages in each country. You know, everybody think Africa united, then you got people going back to Africa and they coming back. Y'all don't understand, news clipping though, how people got treated bad living over there in Africa, treated real bad, and they thinking they going back, part of their history and come to find out, hey, Africa don't love you. Don't you think if we loved you, we came up on boats, came and got you when they had you in slavery? Or let's say after the Emancipation Proclamation came, we came over there with our ambassadors, and say, for the treatment, through Jim Crow, you get treated bad when you came over there. We ain't never had nobody from Africa come over there and say anything for us. We had to do it, we don't have these weak leaders get up there, and talk to the oppressor and get us in worse trouble. And we should have just, being ice cream, have to learn about all the different black towns that was built up and also destroyed, because like I said, this was Jim Crow, a black man, even now, was considered, 1/5 of a man. So it take what, 5 black men to make one man? How crazy is that? And this still applies today. That law hasn't changed. That's why they don't have no problem killing us out in the street. That's why through pride, that's why our black leaders do not side with us. They'll get up there with it's a money involved. But far as that, they ain't getting up there and say nothing. You may get a black civil rights lawyer get up there, if something like I said, but the cameras are on. That means he get to get up there, promote himself. He ain't promoting you. He promoting himself. Like I said, our people, is very, very, very prideful, But let me go on and say, and they that transgress the commandment are deceivable seed. If you ain't following this law, statutes, commandments, and this was said in the Old Testament, the Apocrypha, and the New Testament, and then like I said, I grew up in a Christian church, I had to go with my mama, back then you had very little choice, either go with her or get out, one of the two, go to church or get out of the house. That's all the choice you had, And me, I wasn't, I'm young. I ain't running the streets like other little boys. So hey, if I was to get out, I wouldn't know how to take care of myself on the streets. So I was a house boy. Stayed in the house. Or well, I got out. I got out. I basically, wasn't as street savvy as them. So I had to go. I had to go. Like I said, when I got a certain age, ready, graduated, ready to leave home, I was gone. I ain't had to listen to that mess no more. You know, I knew one day I was gonna, find something that made sense. Because being in a place where they talk, with, just like they prideful. Just like they say they love God so much, but yet you hear them in the same breath talk about another brother or sister. You see, hey, see where that brother dressed? Man, somebody need to buy that brother some clothes. Won't you give him some clothes? You so holy. Give him a suit. Give him one of your suits. But you want to talk about the man because the man can't afford no good clothes? Everybody ain't ain't as blessed as other people. That's why you had to have and have nots. So talk about the brother, give him, he not, he don't have a garment, give him a garment. He ain't got a shirt, give him a shirt. He don't have a war scar, give him a war scar. Don't sit there and talk about it. Do for the brother. And that's what I like about the Isupk, because anything I didn't have, my brothers always looked out for me. And sometimes I ain't even have to ask. They didn't have to ask. Like I said, I found a wonderful wife for real. I don't have to ask anything. She knows what she own. I mean that. I mean, it felt like I won a lottery. I'm like, cause I think about what I had to go through, all, whew, all of the hood rest I try to sing, and now the Most High said something to save me. You know, I think I thank the Most High for blessing me with somebody that loves me instead of keep going through the same old mess. That's somebody who don't care nothing about you. Now I have somebody that loves me to death. You know, when you feel it, because you feel when you being love, when you love, and you feel when you ain't love, you in some stuff that you can't get out of. You trapped. I'm in something that, hey, I'm glad I don't want to go nowhere, don't want her to go nowhere. And I ain't finna make her go nowhere. I ain't finna never make her feel like she ain't loved or appreciated. I'm always let her know, hey, I appreciate you. Just like tell mama, I appreciate you. And I'm gonna go to the book of Proverbs. We're gonna stay in here for a while. Book of Proverbs. Let's see, 16 and 18. And this thing about it, don't never have too much pride when you can't tell your wife you love her, or have too much pride to listen to your wife. You know, especially when you see your wife, go get her. Know how to make that money. Know how to turn something into nothing. Just like what I have. Hey, maybe whatever. You got that, you gonna do that. I don't say nothing because I know she got it. I know, yeah. And I let her captain the ship. I'm the captain, but I let her know. Hey, she doing the drive, I let her drive. Go ahead, baby. I know you got it. You know, that's why you want to be humble. To your wife, you want to be humble to her. Appreciate what her work. You know, appreciate her work. You gotta. That's what you're supposed to do anyway. Like they say, husband. Love your wife. You want to do that, and that's what I do all the time. You know, I know it's like to be treated bad, have somebody that don't love you, and then it be a real current thing. Everybody, they act this way as soon as you meet them. When you first meet them, after time passed, the real person show up. You know, that's how I always got it. You know, they just stay sweet and nice when you first meet them, but after they feel like they got you, that's when you see the real them, and then you one sick brother. So that's what you find out. That's a whole big, a big old hoe. And then you just looking sick, looking like a fool. You know, if you probably when you was full of pride. Now you deflated. You thought you had something, you ain't got nothing. Everybody having them. Then you going to work, everybody tipping in out your door. Or she ain't say, hey, baby, I'm going to work. Ain't going to work nowhere. Going straight to from your house to the hotel. Meet the other man. You know, and that's and that's what goes on with a lot of relationship. But if we go to Proverbs 16:18, so and this is the thing dealing with pride. So pride, Proverbs 16:18, pride going before destruction. So you're a prideful person, you're headed for destruction. You're headed right for destruction. So when pride, you get prideful, hey, that's it. Most high to deal with you. And a haughty spirit before a fall. So you got that proud spirit, nonchalant, you know, to let you know, hey, if you're prideful, pride comes for destruction. Like I said, the most high do not like God here. He don't like pride. Like I said, that's one of the seven deadly sins. And you want to, and yeah, that's one thing you don't want to be. If you do, you might want to get some counseling to work on it. You know, if you are like that, probably something you can't help. So you want to get some counseling on that. You know, you know, every, you know, we all strive to do better. You know, ain't nobody better than one another. This thing about being humble. You don't think you better than nobody. From then being somebody probably think he above everybody. But this private think he above everybody. Anyway, tell him that when you humble, hey, you willing to keep an ear to listen and learn things. Learn things. No, I don't. That goes with even for the generals. Oh, them, even they humble. They're humble themselves. So let's try to, I try, I do my best to be humble. Always trying to learn something new. Always try to get some advice to be, for this walk. Because, just because you're in this truth, the battle is not over. It just begun. Because Satan thinking of all kind of ways to trip you over. Yeah, no, you say he ain't the truth, but let's just see how much. Let's throw this his way and see, you know, see, because I see a little pride off in him, I'm finna throw this away and see how it act, see what the curse for it say, go back into the word, you know. Like I said, just because you're in this truth, the battle is far from over, you know. It just begun, you know. Just begun, You say, okay. We're going to go to verse 9, we're going to read from 18 to 20. Verse 19, 16, Proverbs 16 and 19. Better it is to be of a humble spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoil with the proud. Let you know it's best to be with somebody that don't have as much, you know, better to be with them. Somebody that don't even have the wisdom like you have, it's better to be among the lowly. Split spoil with a proud person, you know. And it's like, this like everybody, a proud person when you see one. You tell the way they talk, how they act, you know. So the most high will let you, and he telling you all through these, like these scriptures, like, there's nothing hard. These is right, like ain't no milk scriptures, ain't no milk scriptures. Something that you can easily understand for yourself, and that's how you always want to start out with milk, you know, because meat will be too, you can't take the milk. How can you eat the meat? You know, you can't take the, take the milk. You can't eat the meat. Go to verse 20, and he that handles a matter wisely shall find good, and whoso trusts in the Lord, happy is he. And that is also true. Trust in the Most High, like I said, he ain't gonna make you win $500 million, but just that point, knowing when those 2 million angels come down and you can get up in that spaceship and get up out of here, that's worth the inner. That's worth more than inner lottery than you could ever win. That's worth a minute in a car, home, and anything else. But you ain't gonna have to be a part of the plays when Christ come back. You ain't got to be down here. You gone. Or when you do, a few years down here, you with Christ. With a sword in your hand, getting ready to put the oppressor in his place. When Christ said, "Off goes his head, off goes his head." You know, that's exactly what you want. I mean, like riches is nice, but going to the kingdom is even better. And that's what you want to do. Forget about having, you know, having a Lamborghini, a mansion, and all that. Just think. Everybody that ever got that, no, just like all the rappers you ever known, ever got stuff like that, and end up in debt and losing it. Still owe the government money. Very few rappers you can count that's actually rich and have money, over their career. Actually have, actually have things, that show all what they did, and they got it like that. And there were a lot of rappers they still got to perform. They still got to do tours and stuff because they got to make money. You know, like I used to hear all the time. You don't make money until you go on the road. That's what they. You ain't really making no money from them album sales. You make money from concerts you doing. That's when you make your money. And then a lot of the promoters used to rob them anyway. Well, the record company, they rob them anyway. So, but that was the only time they made money. I remember, TLC, you know, T-Boz, Chili and Left Eye, I remember they got on TV and said, I know we done sold millions of records, but we broke. You see how the record company did that? They broke. You probably see them with that thinking they got it going on. Them sisters and had nothing, you know. And just think that was over 20 years, 20 something, 30 years ago, 30 years ago, I mean. And now they still doing a tour when they supposed to be sitting back enjoying their money. Not being, if they do tour, they tour when they want to. Now they got a tour, or act on TV just to make money. They was broke. Let me see. We're gonna go to Proverbs 18 and 12. This thing, that's why I'm like I said, I'm glad for the brothers we have up in Isupk Louisiana. We get just let me talk about my brothers. These are some talented brothers. I mean, always. I just wish I had just a mustard seed of they talent. I mean, you got brothers that can draw, brothers that can make shirts, brothers that can make garments. Good and all. Fix a place like they fixed that school. They fixed it up great. I wish I had just a little of that talent. I'm talking about they really did it. Just talk about my brothers. Just blow that horn a little bit. I'm gonna blow your horn a little bit. Y'all brothers is awesome. Y'all have some real talent. You know, I enjoy watching y'all work. Seeing the things that y'all do. Love when I get to see you teach class. Make I learn from watching y'all. It's like I have. I want to learn and get better. And learn how to be a better brother. And I learned that through watching y'all and hearing from you. Just blow my brother's horn a little bit. Love all of Proverbs 18:12. It reads, before destruction, the heart of man is haughty, and before honor is humility. They let you know, you know, you're prideful, destruction headed your way. You're a prideful person, destruction, you is bound meet your destruction. Or something coming, Lord, the Most High gonna send some your way to destroy you. Because he hates you. He hates a prideful person, He said, for honor is humility. Like I said, you gotta be humble. You gotta have some humility, to even get honor, Most High watches all, sees all, and he doesn't see. So don't think, you're doing something and he don't see. A lot of people act like, hey, I did that, and I just hope the Lord forgive me. Like I said, brothers like that, that's who the truth is actually made for, because they know that they've been indoctrinated with that Christianity. We all were at one time. And but just to either learn the truth, knowing that you've been sold a bill of goods off in that Christian church. I can go and tell you that. I was in there ever since I was, oh no, young age. You know, so went from Baptist to Church of God in Christ, and that scared me. Baptist I can handle because there was no spookiness going on up enough other than baptism. Now you go to Church of God in Christ, you finna see people dancing, falling out, screaming, you know, or exorcists, get out of here, Satan. Let me put my hands on you. Listen, get out of here. Get out of here. I command you, say, get up out of here. You finna see all that. And imagine you being a kid that scares, you ain't never seen nothing like that before. It's something in the movies. They come scare the hell out you. Then it scared the hell out of me. Just seeing my mama getting hands put up on her, like, what's going on? What y'all doing to my mama? So they had to hold me back, like what's going on here? What my mama, like, I'm there, after I get home, like, what my mama got me doing? I mean, that went on for the next 8 years until I said, man, as soon as I graduate, getting first, going back up north and getting away from here for a while. That's exactly what I did. But one thing I saw there on Christian church, like I said, some people are proud. They do not, they don't, they do not want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear you spoke these scriptures to them. That's not what my pastor taught me. And be proud about it. That ain't what that mean. I can put my pastor on the phone right now, and then you call up somebody, and then they go watch their pastor get destroyed within 5 minutes. And then they still won't, lower their pride enough to admit, okay, guys, what you say? Man, your group was ISUK. Y'all got that truth. I want to see it in some of your classes if I can learn some more. They won't even Lord, they proud enough to do that when they know that you come in there with them scriptures, science scriptures. They look over, they read them, but they look over. Okay, I ain't got to do all that. I ain't got to follow all these laws, statutes, commandments. And you go through what Leviticus and all, the dietary law, the cleaning, how women's supposed to be clean and all that. They seem to want to follow that. But so as you throw that dietary law, you got a problem. Like I said, they pride jump in like, hey, I prayed over this food. The Lord bless this food. I can eat this pork. I can eat this shrimp. I can eat this crab. I can eat this lobster. I can eat this coon. I can eat this turtle and alligator. And I prayed over this. Ain't nothing you can tell me. Like I said, they're too proud for even adhere unto the scriptures. Too prideful to even do that. They don't want to hear nothing that's gonna make them make them feel some kind of way on what they doing. My pastor taught me this. This is what he taught to teach, and that's what I'm going with. Forget what y'all teach. That's why like I said, when you see them little comments and stuff, when you watch a class and stuff, and somebody chiming in saying something, that's usually somebody Christian or somebody from another camp, fake Israelite camp, because it hits, they know what we be teaching is the truth, and they know it, but they don't want to bow down to it. They don't want to I'm proud a little bit. Just don't come on in. I know I should be, she'll be with them anyway. Or at least let's say you ain't in the ISUK. You should want to follow your God anyway, because it's all ISUK teaches you to follow your God. Because ain't nobody in the ISUK organization can put you in heaven or hell. I can't. No one can. He just teaches you to follow your God and love your brother as you love yourself. That's it. That's all the ISUK teaches, teach a brother that's growing up to want to be want to be a councilman, you know, and all that, or a senator, and want to help out their people. Yeah, the best way you help out your people is learn about God. Learn that, learn brotherhood. Because we have so many people that's up in power that don't have brotherhood. Once they reach that pinnacle, they care less about the little man. If you ain't got them ducats in your pocket, they ain't studying nothing about what you talk about. Like I said, they get pride once you probably grew up with the neighborhood and say, oh, yeah, you trying to be a mayor or a city council. So they can get all about you, but once they get their appointment being on city council, next thing you know, you see everybody going to jail. You live up in a small town, like I live off in a little rural area. I say brothers you do them out of the streets. They got to be constable policemen. They forget about you soon. They get they little appointment. They forget all about you. About how you all growing up together. Did this or that. Shoot, they don't care nothing about you. They got their pride now. I work for the man. You ain't nothing. You ain't paying me nothing. The man paying me. They don't care nothing about their brother. You know. If we go to Proverbs 26:12, you know, and it reads, "Seest thou a man wise in his own conceit?" Hey, like I said, it's one of them brothers like they know everything. Can't tell them that. You know, there is more hope of a fool than him. Now, that's you know that's that's Solomon cutting them. So you think you know everything? Hey, a fool have a better chance than you. Fool has a better chance because you think you know it all. You know, you know, you think you think you smarter than everybody. Nobody can tell you nothing. That, no, no, that's foolishness right there. Like I said, there's more hope than a fool. Because at least a fool can't help. He's a fool. He's a fool. But even a fool will learn. You can teach a fool something. But somebody that's prideful and conceited can't tell them nothing. They already know. They know everything. They got the whole playbook. They got the whole playbook. You can't tell them nothing. They know everything, and you better not tell them nothing. You know, we're gonna go to 27:2, and then Proverbs 27:2, and it reads, "Let another man praise thee, and not thy own mouth; a stranger, and not their own lips." You know, so like say like your walk. You don't talk. Okay, I'm this, I'm that, I'm good, I could teach this, I could teach that, I could make this person do this and that. No, you don't. In other words, you don't blow your own horn. Let somebody else blow your horn for you. Let somebody else talk about your accolade, not you. Let somebody else talk about your walk, in this truth, not you. If you get about 15, 20 brothers, don't brag on yourself. Let somebody else talk about it. Let you really be a legend. Throughout the nation. You know, if everybody else talking about it, let somebody else talk about it, not you. That show, hey, you pride. You know, you puffed up pride because you're able to do something a lot of other brothers do. Now, do you ever hear Captain Zarek is debate, champion? I've been watching him ever since I found out about the ice cream. So the other one say, what, 2015, 16, something like that. I've been watching him debate. You you know, like I said, I don't be on Clubhouse and then like that. May catch stuff here or there, but I really don't you know subscribe to it. I ain't got no money like that. That's what Clubhouse trying to check out every show they got, but But as far as what I seen, like on him battling somebody Sonetta got, or Polite, or Pastor Bennett, Vocab Malone, Black Jesus Minister, people like that, never really hear him, bragging on that, and never hear him, being too, proud. He be so humble when he be getting yelled at, cussed out. He stays humble. He don't let his pride just because he don't won many, many battles, undefeated and all that, things like that. He don't let that pride get him, and have him acting all out of character. You never see him. He just be, you know, mellow, let them talk, raise and all that, all that stuff. And then he cut him up, humbly cut him up. You know, that's exactly what he does, you know. So he don't never talk about how how good he is. Other people talk about how good he is. That's why he always getting battles all the time because everybody know he legendary. You know, he been doing this for years. You know, he been doing this for a long, long time. You know, so everybody want to battle. Everybody, like I said, a lot of people do not like the ISUK. You know, because they don't like the ISUK doctrine. They don't like because the ISUK don't allow women to teach. You know, they don't like how they teach you can have more than one wife. That's about they don't like how you say you got to follow these laws, statutes, commandments. They hate everything we teach comes out the Bible. It's not a doctrine. They say it's a doctrine, but everything comes out the Bible. Doctrine is somebody else came up with, not God. You can't find it in the Bible. That's a doctrine. It's not biblical. That's some man-made. That's a doctrine, man-made doctrine. As far as the ISUK doctrine comes straight out the Bible. The nation of Israel was not born with one man, with a man and one woman. It was built through a man and multiple wives. Abraham, he had Isaac. Then after Sarah died, he ended up getting more, wives and stuff, and had more sons. He had, I think, at least about 8 sons, 6 to 8 sons, other than Ishmael and Isaac. Well, like I said, he's father of that whole Middle East, the countries, and some up in Africa, because he had a Hamite wife, Israelite wife, a Midianite wife, you know, he had all kind of wives, just like when let me say, like Isaac, you know, I think I'm saying it right, Abraham, yeah, like Isaac, he had what, 2 sisters, Leah and Rebecca. Like I said, the nation of Israel was not like everybody didn't have multiple wives, but that's how we built Israel. That's how we built Israel. Through multiple wives. It wasn't, that's what the Most High had for us. We can have more than one wife. It's just to tell you, just because you can have more than one wife don't mean it's wise for you to do so, because you probably can't have no more than one woman. Just because you can do it don't make it no don't make it right. Like me, I can have one woman. You know, I know I can. That's it. That's all for me. You know, that's all I can handle. I ain't, I ain't had no kids or nothing like that. So what I want what another woman have no kids. We're gonna go to Proverbs 29:23. A man's pride shall bring him low, but honor shall uphold the humble in spirit. Like I said, pride done brought many men low. I got my pride. Can't do that. I got my pride. How many times you heard somebody say, "Oh, you just said it yourself when you was off in that world"? Hey, I got my pride and brought you low because of your pride. Your, your pride get you in got me in so much trouble back in that world. Though I got my pride to think about. I got my rep to think about. That prideful stuff. So you just and all you gotta do, he said, honor shall uphold the humble in spirit. So that's how you have to learn to be humble in your spirit. Forget your pride. You know, your pride gonna lead to your destruction. Because remember, having pride is one of the seven deadly sins. That's one of them sins most High will kill you quick behind because he hated so much. So I always watch you say, "Hey, I got my pride." So I watch it there. So okay, let me see how much pride he got because I want to kill him. You know, I can't stand pride. It's a prideful person. Like I say, it's a good thing to have pride in your work, but to be a person that you can't talk to, tell nothing to, teach nothing to, because you got too much pride to learn for anybody else thinking you know it all. I can't stand you. And then I can't see a person that's full of pride really don't have fun, don't have no, and the people that he love, he bad. That they love him bad, he bad. You know, he knock him right out the water. But this thing about like that's with pride. Like I said, pride comes with destruction. That's the only thing pride ever did cause destruction. Like I said, I done seen it happen a lot, and I seen it happen to me. Because of my pride. You know, brought me real. It brought me so low. I had to be humble. I was at the, that pride brought me to a low state that Most High made me humble, taught me humility, and I stayed that way for a very long time. All it took was my pride to get me in trouble one time. You know, and the Most High visited me. Okay, you got. I'm gonna bring you down all the way, and that's exactly what He did. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 8:2. 1 Corinthians 8:2. Let's think about it. That's why I can talk about myself. I know what it's like to be prideful. Have a lot of pride. My pride can do nothing. My pride have had me in jail. Pride have had me, in shootouts. Pride have had me in so much trouble that hey, I didn't think I was gonna live this day. You know, that's what pride gets you. Death. That's what pride gets you. Death, or or some jail bar. Or not, you behind a door. You know, with about 80 or 90 men, so sitting in the room, with a 6x6 room with two other men. That's all they get you. For 1 Corinthians 8:2. And if any man think he knoweth anything, he knoweth nothing, yet as he ought to know. Just like when you first get in, like I said, when you first come in here, you don't know nothing. Because you got to get teach. You got to get whatever you learn. You have to be taught again with the true doctrine. Like I said, you may know, like I said, you might know the Bible backwards and forward. You might can quote the scriptures back and forth, but you got to get learned all the way back over because you in the truth or not. Now you got to get things that you learn. You have to be relearned. So when you come in here, you know, thinking you know something, you know nothing. You know nothing. And to say you don't know, you stupid, but you gotta be relearned because you have to be relearned. That's just what you have. That's just what has to be done. So, Because like I said, like everybody, you know, like say, let's say you came from another camp, offshoot IUIC, something like that, GLC, AOC. Hey, you got to be really learned in us because they got to come out you. Being off here, they got to, that got to go. That has to go. Or you come from the Christian church and you was learned that, hey, that got to go. You got to get that one West off in you. You know, get rid of all the other stuff, purge yourself from all the other stuff, and be retaught and get taught this truth. Get taught how to have a real brotherhood, not no fake brotherhood. I mean, you love the person that has something, just that don't have, then just as much you have love a person that do have something. You love the person, the brother that don't have that to offer you more than that brother that has something to offer you. That's what the Isupk teaches. I love that lowly brother. And then here, I see charge $20 for them curtain shirts. I wouldn't, I could never see myself wearing a shirt like that. And that's when you're proud of it. When you got too much pride to wear a shirt like that. That's when your pride kicked in. I got too much pride to wear a shirt with a curtain. I might as well go to my windows and throw that on. You know, throw that on. They got fringes on it. Might as well go to your window, pull up your pull your curtains off the ride and wear that. Because that's all you wear. You get that purple shirt. You got a shirt curtain. Well, that's all you got. I was like, I can't see how they wear that. Like they have a camp up there in Shreveport, and you see them, like we when I was able to go to the school, used to see they'd be not too far from the school, camped out at a store probably about less than a mile from the school, and we'll see them, passing by me. Yeah. Me and my real, I'll be up there, be up there where she stayed, we'll see them at the store, camped out, probably about 30, 40 of them, out there doing their thing. I'm like, man, I got too much pride to wear a shirt like that, purple and gold. What? That's that Omega 5 side, fraternity colors, And then I remember somebody put up a old picture of old Bishop and Stan Judah. Like, it's hard to believe he was in my West one time, you know. That's why I used to like hear, one West, is it for everybody, I say why. That's why they have some of the capitals, they ain't want to, like I said, them brothers didn't want to be hungry. They wanted to be in charge. You already got somebody in charge. What you want his job? I wouldn't want his job. What's that old saying? Heavy is the head that wears a crown. Hey, I don't want. Hey, if anything go wrong with everybody looking at you. No, no, I wouldn't want it. Hey, I would be just fine. Count on my time, sir. Got this, sir. Everybody wants to be in charge. Everybody got so much pride they want to be in charge. They feel like it should be ran this way. It should be ran that way. Man, then they go off, start their own camps, get themselves, self-made titles and all that. And then no titles were given unto you. Commander Johanna, that title was given unto him. And then I didn't. This one thing I know it was real. The guys ahead of him was called high priest. He never did call himself a high priest. He kept the same name, General, 13 Shield General. He didn't go to countdown high priest, high priest Johanna. He stayed commanding General Johanna. Like I said, that's a man that's humble. Anybody else say, okay, I wasn't named high priest, but since all the high priests gone, I'm ready to be high priest now. And y'all, high priests also. No, they generals too. They generals too. He you know he stayed a humble man. You know, like I said, you know, everybody ain't gonna have. This is one thing I learned: when you're humble, everybody ain't gonna have nothing good to say about you. Everybody gonna have they love still say what they want to say. Well, no, I had this experience with this person, that person. When you're humble, you're not getting along with everybody. You know, everybody not gonna like you because they can't make you. You know, they can't shake you when you're humble. Nobody can shake you. When you're full of pride, you can be knocked off your rocker at any time. You get knocked down at any time. That's why this is why the First Corinthians 8:2 said that if any man think he knoweth anything, he knoweth nothing. You always know. You don't know nothing when you trying to come off in this truth. You don't know nothing. Like I said, you probably could quote this Bible from Genesis to Revelation. But what do you know? Does anybody quote scriptures? But can you follow those scriptures? Can you follow the law? Can you walk in this truth? Can you do that? Does anybody quote the Bible? You know, the oppressor that the Bible that the oppressor, the oppressor, the devil that the Bible speaks of, he can quote the scriptures very well. Guess what? He don't follow these laws, statutes, commandments. You know, and even if he was, they weren't meant for him anyway. Like Psalm 47:19, he showed, he showed his law, statutes, commandment to Israel. He have not done so to any other nation. Just paraphrase. He didn't show no other nation. Most I didn't show any other nation, to follow these laws, statutes, commandments. He only did that for Israel. But the president and all this pride and glory, thinking, you know, since we was gone, he came from out of the mountains claiming, hey, we the Jews. We the Jews. How's y'all the Jews and y'all ain't never lived in Israel until 1946? Say, if y'all was Israel, why Ishmael was living there when y'all got there? Y'all had to fight them to the Allied nations had to run them out, kick them out of that little part that y'all call Israel. Y'all never lived there. That's why y'all never was there. That's why you know y'all hate to be called out. They hate to be called out. And this thing about the rest of the 12 tribes that are not off in this truth won't call them out. They always say, well, I'll never forget being, going to church one time, and heard the pastor say, that they are the chosen people of God. Like, like I said, I ain't paying no attention. Like I said, I was just dropping in anyway, you know, because one begged me to go to church. So okay, I went to church that one time, you know, and then coming when I found out this truth, you know, and we actually the people, we was the ones off there in Egypt. The ones that were out there in Egypt is the same ones that was brought over here to the Americas that had to serve our slavery. We was those same people, but they teach us that they teach that we are cursed people. That's why we have so bad and all that. Yeah, no, we ain't cursed. We serving out punishment because we don't know we didn't want to follow the law. Like I said, like Brother Kwan taught on Brother Officer 500 Kwan taught on regeneration. We probably those same people, back then, we just regenerated, and now we following the laws now. We weren't following them back then, but now we follow them now. But you got to be humble doing this. You cannot be full of pride. You gotta be a big, you gotta be a humble person. Like I said, some people say, man, you be too humble, you get no, you know, humility is best. Take it from somebody who knows. That pride gets you in a whole lot of trouble because that pride can blind you. Mm-hmm. I think James, let's see, James 4 and 6. Like I said, don't let nobody deceive you. You know, don't let nobody deceive you. About anything. You know, like I said, they feel like if this like they feel like if you ain't got nothing, you ain't bought nothing. You know, most high, loves the lowly, more than he does the rich. But like I said, a rich man, has a slim chance of making it to the kingdom of heaven. It was easy for a camel to go through an eye of a needle than a rich man to make it to heaven because they so proud. You know, they feel like I got it going on. You know, but let me go to the scriptures of James 4 and 6. That he giveth more grace. Wherefore he said, God resists the proud, but giveth grace unto the humble. Just say, you resist the proud and give grace unto the humble. Like I said, like I said, let's say you new off into this, just coming in, everything. You trying to figure out, what can you do, let's say, you're a young man trying to earn your brick. Best thing I can tell you to do, be humble. I ain't say be a doormat, but be humble. That's your best way to earn your brick. Be humble, you know, follow the orders that's given unto you. Do the best of your ability. But guess what? The man above you also has to be humble. That's the thing about it. He's humble also. Mm-hmm. He's humble also. Verse 7. Submit yourselves therefore to God. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Now, how many times you ever heard that? You heard that all in the Christian church, but just don't know you surrounded by a bunch of devils. So they ain't fleeing nowhere. They finna sit right by you. Clap their hands right by you. Beat a tambourine right by you. Play the organ, play the drums, blow a horn, play the guitar. All in front of you, getting entertained by a bunch of devils. When you off at that Christian church, the devil ain't fleeing nowhere. He's staying right. He right there in church. Sitting down, clapping his hands. You know, he the one giving the sermon. You know, So if you off at that, the devil ain't fleeing nowhere. I know. I used to hear him like to say, get out of here, Satan, flee from me. Get behind these Satan. Satan ain't going nowhere when you say. Satan ain't going. You say. Mm-hmm. There you go. Verse 7. Submit yourselves, therefore, to God. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you, which is true. You submit yourself to God, but you all know in the Christian church they ain't submit themselves to nothing but to their own fleshly lusts. Like why? Because they got too much pride to do it. Like I said, they listen to a prideful pastor. And you are what your leader is. If your leader is a prideful person, you're gonna be prideful too. If your leader is a humble person, you're gonna be humble too, because that's what you was taught. You see, just like anything else, you do what you see and what you hear. Verse 8, draw nigh to God, and he will draw nigh to you. In other words, you get nearer to the Most High, He's gonna be nearer to you. Mm-hmm. Like I say, these scriptures to teach you, these scriptures are to teach you, to be, I know, that world, it looks so nice and shiny and beautiful. You can be doing this and this. Oh, they just say, you're aspiring right, and like I said, I know you see guys, you ain't even got to go through record companies anymore. I see guys come in, get big overnight just off YouTube. But just think, a lot of those guys dying. They over, every time you look around, somebody, a rapper, YouTube rapper done died. Internet rapper done died every day or every other day you hear about it. And it goes on for months and months and years. That's how it's been going, you know. But but like I said, Louisiana, we have all rappers. We have Oscar Lackawanna, he was lost trash, hopefully Oscar Hunter be Jordan, those are our rappers, But they rapping, but they ain't rapping about street life and want to kill a brother. They talking about trying to save a brother. Trying to help a brother come into this truth. Let them know brotherhood is a weapon. So about brotherhood, I just pray wouldn't be nothing. Let's think about it. If I was both sides and brotherhood, there would be no ISUPK. Those are two things that that we was built off. The Most High and have a brotherhood, have a love for our brother. Like I said, everybody don't have the same story, but a lot of people talk about how they weren't able to pay their bills and school paid their bills and everything. It's like it. Cause like it's been times, I wasn't able to do nothing. Mother stepped in and helped me out. And you think I would ever be a disobedient brother? It's kind of all the time. Not because of what they do, that's what I was taught. As soon as I walk through the door, shut up, do as you told. You don't know nothing. Don't think you know something. Sit back and listen and learn. If you have a question, raise your hand. We'll get to you. That's I know that probably sound a little rough, but it worked. Still here. I ain't left it. Through trial and error, I'm still here. Verse 9. Be afflicted and mourn and weep. Let your laughter be turned to mourning and your joy to heaviness. It's just like saying, like let's say, be afflicted. Fight your demon. You know, you like smoking, fight your demon. Afflict, it's like afflict yourself. Stop it. Go fight it. Stop it all together. Afflict yourself, afflict your soul. If you like, you know, you like running around, being a whoremonger. Afflict yourself. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. Make your, like I said, it said born a week because that's the things you like to do it, but you quit because you want to change your life. So you got to afflict yourself. Take away the things that you like. It's just like doing just like when we had it, just like when we had the fast, we had to afflict ourselves. We can't eat, we can't drink for 24 hours. We afflict ourselves. But think about it. First time wasn't even, think about it. The first time I ever done it wasn't even hard. That was the first time I ever fasted in my life. I just did it. The next year was just simple as that. You something about it. I take medication and it had you dry. I'll be dried out. That's the only thing I wanted was something to drink, not nothing necessary, nothing to eat. And that was because of the reason. You know, I was dehydrated and I wanted water, but I did through it. I ain't lying about it. And the time went by just like that. So it was over. I was drunk about 5 gallons of water. Like I said, Be afflicted and mourn and weep. He said, let your laughter be turned to mourning. Just like when you having fun, you spoke it all that, you laughed and all that. Now, when you had to quit that, you put it down, you weep because you want that. You ain't laughing no more. You crying because hey, you done change your life and going through. That's the real going through when you quit something and start following these laws, statutes, commandments. That's going through something. That's going through actually. That's what you're going through. Yeah, Chris talk about, hey, I'm just going through. What you going through? You're what they didn't talk about when they fast. It was all I'm fasting. Ain't nobody supposed to know that. If you're doing it for the Most High, nobody else supposed to know that. Don't fast and get don't go on fast on the day and don't be whining and crying because you fast. And that's exactly what Chris do. Oh, I'm on a fast. And it took tears right here, be afflicted. Be afflicted. This thing about this thing, when you trying, when like I say trying to go right, when you going on the right path of following the Most High, there's gonna be some affliction. You gotta afflict yourself. You gotta take away those things that that the Most High don't like, and you quit doing them. That's afflicting yourself. Mm-hmm. Verse 10: Humble yourself in the sight of the Lord, and He shall lift you up. Humble yourself. You probably heard the word humble about 5, 6 times. So that's what the Most High like, a humble person. Mm-hmm. Verse 11: And speak not evil one of another, brethren. He that speaketh evil of his brother and judges his brother, speaketh evil of the law and judges the law. But if thou judge the law, thou art not a doer of the law, but a judge. So, like you ain't following the law. All thing you doing is doing that. You being a judge, but like that scripture say, how you gonna talk about the plank in your brother's eye when you can't when you first need to pull out the mote that's in your eye, something like just paraphrase. Pull out, talk about the mote of your brother's eye, but you got to pull out the plank that's in your eye. And you're gonna talk about somebody when you have problems too. Mm-hmm. So don't judge your brother. Don't speak evil about your brother. But like I said, a lot of people get that for the Christian church, want to sit up and talk about a certain person, all that, you know, all that. People just get that. That's why the Bible tells you, like I said, this was written before time, already letting you know, you know, speak not evil one of another, brother. But he that speaketh evil of his brother and judges his brother, speaketh evil of the law and judges the law. But if thou judge the law, thou art not a doer of the law, but a judge. Like I said, you ain't following, judging. No, you ain't following the law. You're a judge. Verse 12. There is one lawgiver who is able to save and to destroy. Who art thou that judges another? That's the most high power, most high God. Or like people like to say, God. He the lawgiver. He can destroy you, or he can let you live. You know, he can save you or destroy you. The only Most High can do that. So you learn anything else from the Isupk, you learn how to follow your God. Like I said, that's that's what you do. Follow your God. Verse 13. Go to now, ye that say, today or tomorrow we will go into such a city and continue there a year and buy and sell and get gain. Now this is next scripture, so near and dear to me because whatever man we talk, we get ready to hang up. She said, if the Lord's willing, I talk to you tomorrow. This woman that knows, tomorrow's not promised to you, because the Lord just might call you home, you know. And it said, verse 14, whereas you know not what shall be on the morrow, for what is your life? It is even a vapor that appears for a little time and then vanishes away. In verse 15, for that ye ought to say, if the Lord will, we shall live and do this or that. So, if the Lord willing, or if the Lord's willing, I'll see you tomorrow. If the Lord's willing, I'll talk to you tomorrow. If the Lord will, that's all fine. The Lord, if it's in His will for you to see tomorrow, you will see tomorrow. If it's not, you won't see. Mhm. Verse 16. But now you rejoice in your boasting. All such rejoicing is evil. Like you boasting on yourself. I'm this, I'm that, and that. Most I said that's evil. Verse 17. Therefore, to him that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, him it is sin. You heard it, you know to do good, you don't do it not, and you don't do it, it's sin. You know, ain't no way around it. It's just what it is. I know your pastor taught you, hey, God forgives all things. You know, he forgives it all. Whether you wrong or right. Yeah, he forgives, but he also expect obedience. He expect obedience also. He expect you to get better. He expect you to do better. Follow his laws, statutes, commandments, not keep making excuses. We go to Galatians 6:3. Yeah. Looks like don't want no excuse for why you can't do right. He watching everything. He know what you doing. You make it tell me anything. I can't see you. Once you're out my sight, I don't know what you're doing. But the most I know, you got Galatians 6:3. For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceives himself. So you think you all that? And the bag of chips, you know this, you know that. You know this scripture, that scripture. You can teach this way, teach that way. You can do all that. And you thinking you something, you ain't nothing. That's why all you always hear generals say, hey, it's a lot for the learn. You say, yeah, he ain't shit. He don't deserve none of this. You know, he don't deserve none of that. The gifts he get and all that, through the most high. I heard him say that plenty of times. You know, he ain't, like I said, he's a very humble man. He quick to tell you he ain't shit. And he the head man. But they let you know what the Isupk is, what the leadership is. Man, sit up there, over thousands of brother all over the world. And sit up and say he ain't shit. Like you said, he don't want, his word, he said, for if a man think himself to be something where he is nothing, he deceives himself. He said he ain't finna deceive himself. He know he ain't nothing. He know, he know ain't nothing. He ain't nothing, you know, and he teaches us to be the same way. We ain't shit. I said in a minute, I ain't shit. I still, you know, I don't deserve. I deserve death for the life I live. I don't deserve this second chance I have been given. I'm supposed to be dead along with a lot of other you. Supposed to be dead. But the most I gave me another chance. Mm-hmm. Gave me the other chance. We go to Philippians 2:3. Philippians 2:3, and read, let nothing be done through strife or vain glory, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves. In other words, don't do things in vanity. You know, you know, don't do, don't let nothing be done through strife or vain glory. It's like you're gonna do something, be legit about it. Be, But in loneliness of mind, let each other esteem each other better than themselves. Like, don't, brother, like I said, like you say, brother, just class, brother, hey, I enjoyed your class. You know, you want to do that. Don't be so quick to be puffed up and want to pat yourself on the back. Oh, good job, you did that, you did that. No, let somebody else. Be humble. You know, be humble. You know, and watch somebody else into it. Encourage that brother. Like I said, we got troopers getting ready to be officers. Like, I'll be glad to see them. Be glad to see them. If we have young men, I'll be glad to see troopers. I started out just like them. You know, And one thing I learned how to be was humble. I was already humble, but I learned how to be more humble all the way. Never questioning it, unless I had a question. Somebody didn't understand. Mm-hmm. We're going to Romans 12 and 16. Romans 12 and 16 reads, be of the same mind, one toward another. In other words, be on the core, all of y'all, and always have the same mind toward each other. Be in the core, one with each other. You know, mind not the high thing. Don't be worried about things that's beyond your comprehension. But kind of saying to men of low state, hey, be glad for what you got. You got a little, be glad of that. If you have a lot, be glad of that. But if you have just a little, be glad. Be thank the Most High for that. You know, and be not wise in your own conceits. Do not think you know everything. Do not be the type of person somebody come to you out there. I already know that. No, you don't know that. Listen. Don't be wise in your own mind. Don't be wise in your own mind. You you know, don't be high mind. Thinking you know everything. Don't be high mind. Go to my last scripture. Go to Second Corinthians. Let me see, 10 and 17. Second Corinthians 10 and 17. And it read, but he that glorieth, let him glory in the Lord. So if you're gonna do anything, you know, you're gonna glory anything. Don't glory yourself. Glory in the Lord. Glory in the Lord. Verse 18. For, for not he that commended himself is approved, for whom the Lord commended. We'll let you know. Just because you commend yourself don't mean that. If the Lord ain't commend you, you ain't worth nothing. You know. Let the Lord choose you. Don't choose yourself. You know, just like just let's talk about just get back on Valentine's Day. Like I said, don't it feel good to be in the truth and you ain't got to worry about the more pagan holiday. Yeah, you could look on this Valentine's Day and think on all the other Valentine's days how your wallet was empty and fly was coming out of your wallet. You know, you glad the Most High bless you with a real that just you know just love the little things that you do for. She ain't expecting a whole lot, just the little simple things you do that she love about you. That's what you call a humble woman. She ain't vain. She ain't prideful. You know, a humble woman will swallow her pride just for you to be happy. And then in turn, you have to do the same for you the man, but smell that pride. Make that woman happy. Because she's gonna do everything in her power to make you happy. That's an Isupk one right there. 10 toes down with you. That's what you want. Like you said, your brother got that's often true. Got the women up in the world. Hey, good luck to you. Hope you can bring that sister in. This is gonna be a rough battle. You know, that's my class. I understand everybody. Got the what Feast of Purim coming up next month. And tell everybody, and Passover, what April 1st. Tell everybody to pay their tithes. That's required us. And just think we got a humble enough general that don't make us pay 20% in tithe. We pay that 10%. It's called, it's called a great man. He ain't going against the scripture. Hey, just to fill his own pocket. He pay just that 10% and that's it. Just like that, everybody pay your tithes, and be at the Passover, and just salute the brothers out. Shalom Bashim Yashar Bakathar. Talk to sister. Shalom Yahweh Shemal Thar Bashim Ashai. So this is Officer Yahal, Officer 500 Yahal. Shalom Israel and Kwam Yashar.